Hello, Heroclix world, and welcome to yet another edition to Our Clicks Are Sealed. I'm Dennis,
And I'm Stuart.
and let's get going.
So today we're looking at Spider-Man and Venom Absolute Carnage, the newest set, and we're covering the commons and the uncommons.
Absolutely, that's our episode today. Do you want to remind them of our ranking, our scores here?
So we rank between 1 out of 5 to 5 out of 5. 5 out of 5 being a figure that you will always include if you pull them, and 1 out of 5 being a figure that you will never include, or I guess 1 in 5 times you would include them on your force.
Yes, absolutely. So, how do we want to do this? Do you want to go first, or should I go first? Are you lining up the numbers on who gets to introduce who first?
Let's let you go first because you're a big Spider-Man fan, right?
Yes, I'm a big Spider-Man fan. I think a lot of us out there in the comic world first got introduced to comics through some form of Spider-Man comic. My first one was a Spider-Man and Nightcrawler comic, and instantly those two have stuck in my head. So yes, thank you for letting me go first.
Yeah, I guess next set you'll have to go first too, right? Because there's a
Oh,
Nightcrawler in that set.
yes. Well, you'll just have to let me talk about Nightcrawler. We'll discuss that. Okay, let's get started. 001 Spider-Man Common. He has a 40 points, coming in with a traded super senses and a special movement called Leap Climb Sidestep with a passenger of 1. Other than that, he's a little precision striker, close combat expert with combat reflexes. Not a bad start. You get a carrier out of this box, but other than that, I don't see him doing much. Maybe other than being called in for Peter Parker?
Yeah, I think you're mostly playing him as a secret identity, which we'll talk about when we get to Peter Parker.
Okay.
I just think this set is full of so many good figures that this guy just doesn't cut it. Even though when I'm looking at him, I'm like, I'm pretty happy with his dial.
Yeah, like when you look at 17 combat reflexes super senses with a leap climb to get in there, you're like, awesome.
I never ended up playing him.
Nope, I've pulled him a few times and same thing. There's just so many other good people to put in that place to fill said roles.
So I'm gonna have to give him a 2 out of 5. I think for this set. I think in another set he would be an easy like 3 out of 5.
Yeah, if a set came with very little carriers or very little up close beasts, he would shine. Right now, he's actually kind of the underling, the opener in his main event set here.
So next we have Iron Man. So this is actually Mary Jane Watson in the Iron Man suit, which is cool because it's not another Tony Stark Iron Man in a common slot that we'll just forget.
Yes.
So Iron Man's interesting because they're a 60-point ranged attacker. They only have sidestep for movement, and they only have 2 damage. So they're never actually breaking reducers, which is not ideal. Luckily, they have Perplex, a special attack power that knocks back characters when they hit, and an awesome 18 invulnerable starting off their dial. So they're actually kind of hard to take down. They can carry and they can perplex. So they're really everything you need.
Mm-hmm.
I've found myself playing this Iron Man almost every time I open one.
Yeah, same here. Like every time I pulled him, you just look at this sidestep flying person with the perplex and looking through hindering while they're at it, you just go, wow, that's actually worth a lot.
Yeah, I think that maybe their dial is overcosted at 60, but they always seem to pull it out for me.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give them a 3 out of 5.
I was going to land there too. It's one of those surprising pieces that you don't think your team will ever need. So it's not like a 4 out of 5, but man, you're happy to have a sidestepping carry perplexer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, you get
Next
Iron Fist.
Yes, I do. Martial artist. Thank you very much. He's another 60-point character with a sidestep off the bat, too. He does have a precision strike off the bat, so he will get through reducers with an 18 super senses and an empower. He moves through characters. Heads up on that. That's going to be huge in a set full of plasticity. And he has an amazing trait. At the end of your turn, if Iron Fist didn't move or make an attack this turn, basically turn 1 if you carry this guy, give him a chi token and free. Remove any number of chi tokens to make that many close attacks against different targets. Maximum damage 3. That's fun. You could carry them and make a free attack. Meta teams have been built off this, but I don't know. It was one of those, again, there's just so many other amazing figures. You really don't look at this one lot.
Yeah, I like free attacks always, but 10 attack, 2 damage starting off is not where I want to be with this figure.
No.
Later in the dial, he gets better, but
yeah, and honestly, when you stretch yourself out for that strategy of carrying someone in to make an attack, you know they're coming with a litany of counterattacks, and this guy can be killed in that one turn. So you basically threw 60 points away for a 2 damage alpha strike.
yeah, I think it's to be perplexed that you get a 3, but it's not
No.
great.
No.
I think that. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna just say, actually, because of that, I'd probably give him just a 2.
I still think he's a 3 because I still think there's characters in this set you need dead, and getting him in there for a free attack can really assist.
Yeah, fair enough. You could give him that. I just found I did pass on him most of the time. I did pull this guy.
You're right. Yeah, I agree with that. So we would average to like a 2.5, and even though we don't give 2.5s, that would be kind of where he lands, right?
Okay, I'll suck you back a bit. Do you want to get the next guy?
So Prowler is awesome. I have played him. So let's do a little background. Dennis and I split a brick, so we played 3 games of sealed with that brick, and then we also had a tournament where we played more, and I ended up with Prowler on my team 3 times out of 4 games. He is so good.
Yes. Even I ran him. I had one time maybe I pulled him and I used him.
So he's 30 points for 4 clicks, and he only has 2 things that matter. He has a special attack power that generates, it's a smoke cloud, but only 3 markers, and it's free. And he has perplex on his top click. So here's just another perplex in common that just helps your team run smoother. Perplex is so important in sealed, and getting it for 30 points on top of a character with stealth and the ability to make free hindering terrain is just crazy.
Yeah, he's moving far. He's hiding in a bush. He's generating free smoke cloud, and smoke cloud's great. And honestly, I think the coup de grace is like he's 4 clicks with toughness. So it kind of kills you to think, man, if I want to kill this guy, I'm gonna have to put in 5 damage to kill a 30-point dude.
Here's the thing I would disagree with about that, though. After you hit him for a click, he loses perplex, and then he's so much less good. If you hit him 2 clicks down to click 3, he basically is totally worthless now, right? So I think you're okay.
Honestly, you're not wrong, but at 30 points, and I see like all the other threats you're throwing at me, he does go under the radar. People don't look at him as much.
I think, yeah, I think he's a 4 out of 5. How about you?
Oh, absolutely. Again, like you have pulled him how many times? Played him. I pulled him once. I had to play him. You look at 30 points per plex, you're using it.
Exactly, yeah. So tell me about Black Cat.
Oh, okay. Black Cat. 40 points, 5 clicks, another huge amount of clicks for 40 points. She comes in with a trait. When establishing theme teams, Black Cat gains the name keyword of another character. So this person is fitting on any theme team. Great. What does she bring to any theme team? Well, special movement of leap, climb, sidestep, stealth with a 9 speed, 11 attack, precision strike, 17 combat reflexes, and a special damage. Opposing characters within 4 squares can't use probability control to reroll attacks that contain a 1 or a 2. I think I did the math in my head, and it's not very, like, what is it? Like, it's, God, 20-something percent? I can't remember. It doesn't happen as much as you would think. And a lot of the times
chance.
You want, what's that?
I think it's a 33% chance.
Okay, I don't know if it worked that simple to 33, but anyway, I didn't find you're going to use that much. And honestly, again, with so many good characters in this, the 40 points you could use somewhere else.
Let's see. So it would be any rolls of critical misses, a 1 and a 2. So 2 sets of those would be 3. A 2 and a 2 would be a 4. So you're right. It's not super high.
It is not high, and And a lot of the times, let's say you do roll if your opponent rolls a 1, but then it's paired with a 6 or a 5, that's still a great roll. They probably don't even need to prod it.
No.
So that's where it's a little But honestly, than that, I'm not gonna lie. If they put her last 2 clicks first, I'd look at her longer.
Absolutely, because she gets
Yeah.
prob at the end of her dial.
Probs, Blade, Stealth, Super Senses, great. Underworld team ability with a set full of wild cards, great.
On top of that, she gets other people's keywords, so she can carry with her Underworld any character you want.
Yeah.
Sadly,
I pulled her a few times. I didn't use her.
I think she's like that common Spider-Man, like number 1. She's good, but not good enough.
No. So honestly, like a 2 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, I'm not upset playing her, but I just don't see any time I'm actually going to do it.
No, again, there's so many pieces that are going to fill the roles that she does and almost do them better.
Yeah.
Okay, you're next with Black Widow.
I hate to be a broken record, but she's the same as Black Cat and Spider-Man. She's just not good enough. She's 60 points, and this one's a ranged attacker with Ultimate's team ability, which allows her to see through hindering and shoot through hindering, or move through hindering and see through hindering. She has 4 range, which is pretty disappointing, I would say. And her big thing is she has traded super senses that she can re-roll, basically giving her like super senses shape change, like a double rollout. 18 defense, like everything there is good enough, but I just don't find that I ever have to use her because I would rather play so many other figures in the set. She doesn't have any support powers. She has a low range, and she's kind of hard to hit, but even then, you outwit super senses. She doesn't get that second rollout, right?
No, I think she's about 15 points too much, especially in this set.
If she was 45, I would play her a lot. You're right.
Yeah. I think it's that pointage and the 4 range. When you make a piece that's running shot, dual target in cap, that sees through hindering because of the ultimates, you want to hang back.
Absolutely.
So yeah, another 2 out of 5 for me personally.
Agreed.
Okay.
Tell me about Venom.
Yes, I'll take the unprimed version. So he is 65 points, giving you 6 clicks of life with Indom. He comes with a 9 charge, and while he's moving, he's going through elevated and hindering. So holy crap. He's got the symbiote trait. There's going to be a bunch of symbiote traits. It's plasticity, it's shape change, and he has this trait where once per attack, when adjacent friendly character takes damage, give Venom a protector token. Free, remove a protector token to make a close attack that deals penetrating damage. Honestly, this guy is great. I like him. He is just one of those up close beat 'em ups that is just terrifying. 6 clicks of life for 65 is great. Comes with toughness and shape change for defensive stuff, but he has 4 clicks of 11 attack for 65 points. And that protector trait, most of the times I don't like those traits where your friends have to get hurt for your trait to work, but it's a free penetrating damage attack. So if you're using your 11 attack, you're not going to miss much. So yeah, I like him. It's a strong 3 out of 5. You can maybe talk me up to a 4, but he's a great up close beat 'em up.
I agree. I think he's a 3 out of 5. Because there are figures I play more than him. I like him. I think that trait is great because it really makes people want to stop attacking your adjacent characters. If your Venom charges 5, hits you with an object for 5 damage, and then hits another character for 3 penetrating damage, like that just ends games with the 65 attacker. Like he's so good.
I'll give him bonus points because I played Doctor Strange, and this guy was perfect for Doctor Strange to pull off the sideline.
I agree.
Strong 3 out of 5.
Yeah.
By all means.
Okay, I get the prime. So the prime is 80 points. It has 7 clicks. It has a stop click. It has a few special things. So it has the Symbiote Codex Hunter trait, which is the same as the Symbiote trait, gives plasticity and shape change. And then when it kills a character, it also heals the character 1. And if it's a character with Codex, it heals them 3 instead of 1, which is pretty good. Then Venom can charge full length for his first 3 clicks. So 10 spaces. After he does so, he does 1 penetrating damage to every character adjacent to him, including your friendly characters. And then at the end of his dial, he has a stop click. His stop click can potentially heal him if you roll a 6, or give him impervious or regeneration. And he has Steel Energy with Flurry and 4 damage on that click. So it's really hard to keep him on a stop click. This guy's just so good. I just love him.
Yeah, you would.
I did play him.
You did play him, and he was incredible.
He's just so mobile, pretty hard to take down, and cheap enough that it doesn't really matter. I don't think he's he's pretty close to a 5 out of 5 for me.
I would honestly, if I pulled this, I'd instantly play it.
You're right.
It's a 5 out of 5 for me. You're getting the best up close beat 'em up in the game, and it's one that's going to stay there basically till the end.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's a 5 out of 5.
Yeah. Oh, do I get the good Deathlock?
Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay. So, 75 points, 5 clicks of life, which you'd probably go, ooh, only 5. We just had an 80-point dude with 7 clicks. He comes with a 7 running shot. I know. He's not sounding great right now. 10 attack. 10 attack for 75 points. Oh, man. You know what? I'm even convincing myself. This is shit. No, I'm just joking. 18 toughness, and this is where the bread and butter is, my friends. A special damage. At the beginning of your turn, choose a standard damage power. Deathlock can use that chosen power until your next time. This goes on top of him having a trait for regeneration and improved targeting, characters, and hindering. That's what you're here for. This is what he's here for. You need a perplex, he has it. You need an outwit, he has it. You need a prob, anything, he has it for his first 3 clicks. But you're targeting through characters and hindering. So you have it, and you're using it even if you're blocked by hindering or characters. Great points. Amazing ranged attacker.
Yeah, he's good. I think he's actually incredibly balanced for what he does. Ooh. As a character who can choose all the damage powers, but has like a 50-point dial, really, right?
You're true, actually. If you look at the clicks and the numbers, you're right.
I think that, like, because of that, he's not a 5 out of 5 must-play character. He's expensive, he's easy to kill, but he's so useful to have on your team.
Yeah, for 75 points, like, you're getting every of those support powers you want. You're getting a very solid ranged attacker, and that traded regeneration, people aren't going to remember. They're going to look at the special damage power, knock him off that, and say, now he's useless, and now you're going to use your Indom to heal back up and use those free support powers again.
So I'm going to give him a 4 out of 5, because I do think there are situations you're not going to put him on your team.
That's a great rating. There are times you would go, ooh, I could get so much better for 75 points, but not many times. You're not going to do that.
This is exactly the type of figure I want to see in like sets for sealed, though. He makes the sealed situation so much easier, because if you don't pull a prob, an outwit, or perplex, you can play a figure who's maybe overcosted to some extent, but still brings all of that stuff that's really important for making sealed games fun.
Yeah, agreed. Moving on.
Bombshell. So there's 2 bombshells in this set. There's an uncommon and a common. So let's talk about the common. Basically, you got a running shot character here. He does 10 attack, energy explosion, 2 damage, willpower. It's not the dial you're like in love with. But for 40 points, it also brings perplex, making it a strangely good figure, because there's a lot of perplex in the set, and having like 2 or 3 perplexes on your team can be a huge game changer. What I found with Bombshell is that 2 damage never really matters, because she's perplexing up to a 3 when she needs it, and otherwise she's perplexing someone else and just energy exploding with her traded Force Blast. She also has a trait that works with her mother, which is the uncommon, where basically if they're within 2 or 3 spaces of each other, they both have Pulse Wave and Protected Pulse Wave, allowing them to really be mean. But even if you don't have both of them, there's something here that just works. And I don't think it should work, but running shot, 5 range, and perplex just really makes this a worthy 40-point dial.
I could see what makes it work. First of all, I'm comparing it to Black Cat. Black Cat for 40 points had the Ultimates team ability. Bombshell has it, so now her running shot's even better. She's seeing through hindering. Secondly, the traded not Force Blast is just great. You hit someone and they get knocked back. I think what really makes her fun is the willpower. You actually just keep going with her, attacking and perplexing for 40 points. That's really nice.
Yeah,
But
it's good.
I got a question though about that other trait with the pulse wave because they both come with protected pulse wave, right?
Yeah,
So which means they're not taking damage from pulse wave, but does that affect the damage output?
it does not.
Okay, so technically when it says protected pulse wave, you're not even targeting them.
Yeah,
So they could both single target their who they're aiming at, even though they're close to each other.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so that's even better. That's great. That's just a nice little keep it easy kind of trait. I like that.
I want to give her a 3 looking at her dial, but I just know in this set she works as a 4. Every time I've put her on, she's done a lot of work for me.
Yes, she put in a lot of work against me. And I can't. Yeah, it made her dangerous at 40 points. You got to go take her out, and that leaves so many other good attackers available. But yeah, I can agree. I have no problem with that.
Okay, Tombstone's next.
Oh, Tombstone. I don't. Okay, let's describe him. 75 points, 6 clicks, kind of the going rate these days. Indomitable, 8 charge. That's probably the first strike against him for 75 points. You don't want a close attacker who can only move 4. 11 super strength, which is great, but you're only moving 4. Special defense 17. Impervious, Tombstone can reduce penetrating damage, protected outwit. That's incredible. You're not outwitting the impervious. He's reducing penetrating damage. Basically, he's always going to get to roll for this. And then a 3 in power. Comes with the Sinister Syndicate and Underworld team ability, 75 points. I'm not going to lie, I don't like him.
No. Why would you
That
play him
4
over Venom?
charge destroys kind of the best part of everything else when you're only moving 4. Ugh, in a trait, or not a trait, in a set full of plasticity and shape change. He's just, I'll put it this way, if he had some kind of support power where he could keep helping out people, even if he wasn't doing things, I'd instantly think better of him. But he's the most selfish 75 points in this set.
He has 2 clicks of Empower.
Yeah, but you're I guess so, but you'd have to be in beside people. Like if you gave that empower and made it like a special thing where it's like empower leadership and then maybe something else, I'd look at it more. But right now it's 75 points of a selfish close attacker and he's not doing much other than that.
I
I
think even with leadership, I would still give him a 1. I don't think I'm ever paying 75 points for this.
No, honestly, if we can poo-poo on Spider-Man and Black Cat because for their points, there's so much more greater options, we have to directly shit on this guy because for 75 points, you're passing up potentially 2, 3 figures that do so much more.
Yeah. 1 out of
One out
5.
of 5. Say it together now. 1 out of 5.
Okay, Toxin. So you're just talking about close attackers that are better than him and cheaper than him?
Time out. Oh, is it Toxin or
Carnage Minion. Whoops.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'll take Carnage Minion. You were so excited about.
I'll give you Toxin. You like Toxin.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Carnage Minion, 30 points. His plasticity shape change. He's a symbiote. He has Flurry, Sidestep, Precision Strike, and Battle Fury. So for 30 points, it's just you put him on your team if he fits, and he can do a lot of damage. And besides that, I don't like he's not good enough to be like a first put character on your team. But if you have 30 points open, he's fine.
Yeah, I have nothing more to add to that. Yeah, you're exactly right.
I'll give him a 2.
Yeah, 2. Again, if you find room, he's not exactly going to be wrong.
No, Tombstone hates him though.
Oh, hey, I bet, eh? Oh, Tombstone hates this guy.
Tombstone can't hit him, and then the Precision Strike will get through his Impervious and knock him down 2 clicks.
Yeah, and all that for 75 points. Okay,
Okay, tell me about
Toxin.
Toxin.
I'm in love with Toxin. It was what, the she thing from the last set that I was in love with, because they
Yep.
both come with those special leap climbs where they get to make an attack afterwards. Oh, I love that. I just love massive movement, close attack, especially when it's cheap. I was loving She Thing, and she was 75. Toxin's 25 points less, comes with 6 clicks of life, plasticity shape change because he's a symbiote, and 18 combat reflexes on top with an 11 attack blades. I don't know what else I could say about this guy. He's getting in there. He's making a great attack. He's going to be as hard as hell to hit afterwards for 50 points.
Yeah. The only thing to mention is you can't use blades in that initial attack.
You're absolutely right, but I'm not poo-pooing on an 11 attack, 3
Oh no,
damage from 9 squares away. 10 really, because that's what the swing is.
absolutely not. And then don't even forget, he has a team ability too.
Oh yes, the police team ability. Can you refresh me on that and the listeners?
So anyone with the police team ability, if they're adjacent to a character making a ranged attack and they can draw a line of fire to this target as well, they lower the target's defense by 1.
So this guy could stand beside the shooter, let the shooter get a -1 defense attack, then this guy could go leap in and do a close attack.
Yeah.
That's great. That's
I mean,
amazing.
I don't think he's ever standing beside your ranged attackers. I think he's just giving it to all your other Spider-Man family team abilities.
Oh, right? Oh, man. Okay. That's amazing. I didn't even think of that. You now have 4 police team ability people on your team.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing. I was actually going to just point out that that leap climb is like, especially with the damage, is perfect to hit those autonomous characters we're going to get to shortly.
For sure.
That's how I use them. I pulled them, I instantly put them on the team. I even actually had to rearrange a team because I wanted to make sure to get this guy because that's what he does. He gets after those annoying autonomous people and he does it just perfectly.
It's so hard because I look at this dial and I'm like, this is a 5 out of 5 figure. But I know in this set he's not. There are
No,
better
no.
figures than him.
Well, there's a lot of great figures in this set, especially it's a great set for sealed. I'm going to say that right off here. And because of that, you get this die, you look at this amazingness. He's still made into a 4 out of 5, maybe at worst a strong 3 out of 5.
Yeah, somewhere in there for sure.
Yeah. So if you pull him, you're going to have fun playing him.
Yeah, like if you pull him and you don't play him, it just means you've pulled better figures.
Yeah, exactly. Your turn, my
So,
friend.
Harry Osborn. I'll give you Harry Osborn because I would like to talk about Mary Jane Watson.
Yeah, you would describe it much better than me. Harry Osborn. Secret identity. So that's his only trait. He could turn into what is it again? He could turn into American Sun or Green Goblin. We'll get to those guys when we get to those guys. He's 30 points of nothing on his movement, 6. 11 precision strike, weird. 17 willpower and 1 support. Honestly, again, 30 points. There's so much more better 30 pointers out there. You're not playing this guy. I'm sorry. I would not play this guy.
Here's what we need to talk about with him. First, the secret identity trait. Basically, if you pull him and one of the characters he can turn into, when he would be KO'd, you can turn him into the last 3 clicks of that character. Kind of, there's like a special 3 clicks at the end of the dial.
Okay.
The other thing is that these characters, all of the kind of like secret identity ones, are autonomous, which means their actions don't count to your action total.
Okay,
This is
wait.
the
So
only
American
sorry.
Sun and Green Goblin are autonomous?
No, I mean he is. We're just talking about
Yes,
all the
he's
secret
autonomous.
identities in general. So this guy does have autonomous support, which is not bad. It's
But
not
it's
good.
regular support. You have to be beside people.
That's true. I mean, but he's autonomous, right? Like it's for 30 points, autonomous support is not bad.
It's not bad, but he has no sidestep on the top. So
No,
you're wasting an action to get in position. By that next turn, the whole board's changed.
you're wasting an action on a guy whose actions don't count towards your action total, though.
But that means you're not getting the support that turn either.
No, and maybe you're like placing him adjacent to your other attackers. So if anything does happen, like I'm not saying he's good. He's not
No,
good.
no, he's not.
I
You're
just
just
think
trying. You're
that
trying to butter me up a bit. I'm giving him a 1 out of 5. I would never play this guy with all that's in the set.
I think there's potential for him to see play. I think like he's a 2 out of 5 because I would rather play him than Tombstone every single time.
Oh, that's not even an argument, I don't even want to think about that. Who would you rather play, Harry or Tombstone? I don't want to play this game if I'm choosing between those two figures.
At least Harry has perplex just 3 clicks in, which is not
Yeah,
super
yeah.
useful.
Later dial, later dial.
I can see times when a support would be useful, and having an 11 attack and on a character whose actions don't even count, it's not horrible.
It's not horrible. You're not convincing me though. We spent way too much time on this guy.
Let's talk about Mary Jane Watson.
Yeah.
So Mary Jane Watson is another secret identity character, meaning that her actions don't count because she has autonomous, and she can turn into the common Iron Man, the uncommon She-Venom, or the rare Marvella, giving you 3 potential options and a more likely chance to pull one of them with her, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Mary Jane Watson's 15 points. And she has another trait. As a power action, you roll a die, and half the result you generate bystanders within 4 of her. So if you roll a 6, you get 3. If you roll a 4, you get 2, etc. These bystanders, these paparazzi bystanders, have sidestep, 10 attack, incapacitate, and also are autonomous. So Mary Jane Watson, for 1 action and 15 points, gives you potentially 4 bodies on the field. And those bodies can have incapacitate, 4 squares away, sidestep another 2, range another 2, so they can get 8 squares away from her with 3 characters. It doesn't matter that they're tokens. It doesn't even matter that they have incapacitate. Just being able to generate 3 figures is crazy. The fact that they have incapacitate just makes them absolutely broken because you can just tie up a character endlessly. Like in a game where Dennis had the rare Iron Patriot, and I just generated 3 bystander tokens. 3 bystander tokens. Because I pushed my first 3, and the second turn killed them, generated 3 more, and he had to skip like 3 or 4 turns with Iron Patriot.
Yep. I had hypersonic, and I'm not using it.
She's just stupid. Because even when you try to kill her, if you get Iron Man, you get 3 clicks of decent defense, including invulnerable and perplex. So you just killed a 15-point figure to get 3 clicks of another figure. Like the Iron
honestly,
Man,
even if you kill that figure, in total, it's 40 points that person scoring against you.
Yeah, the Iron Man starts with an 18 invuln.
Ugh.
The She-Venom starts with an 18 super senses with traded shape change. It's just stupid. She's so busted.
You used it very effectively for being broken, and honestly, I did too in my tournament there. This is, you pull this is what you're taking. Even if you're doing that, what is it, where you're Swiss, or how do you do it when you pull one figure and you pass on the booster?
Drafting.
If you're drafting and you're going for the win, you're taking this figure.
Yeah, she's better than a majority of the rares. It's so good. The only thing, you can't play duplicates of her because her paparazzi trait just looks for any friendly character named paparazzi, so you can't have like 6 of them generated by 2 different ones.
So the word I'm looking for on that is thank God.
Yeah.
Because that would be such a broken effing game going forward.
She is she's a 5 out of 5, but honestly, she's a 6 out of 5 because she's just better than every single thing in the set.
Yep. Be prepared to see Mary Janes for the next 2 years.
Yep, she's going to be on every team in Constructed. Even like the strongest figure in the set, Null, when 3 bystanders appear adjacent to him and force him to roll shape change 3 times or get tokened up, like it's just stupid. She's so good. Just play her.
Yeah. We could talk all day about her, but this is a sealed podcast, and there's more than one figure in a sealed set.
There doesn't need to be, though.
Can you imagine? So, Eddie Brock, 015, 35 points, 4 clicks long. He starts with sidestep, precision strike, 10 attack, 17 toughness, and 2 range combat expert. He, too, has secret identity. Easily, it's Eddie Brock, so he's turning into Venom or Toxin. And he does have the symbiote trait, plasticity, shape change. I like him. He like for 35 points, 17 toughness with shape change. It's annoying. A sidestepping plasticity to do a 10 attack with precision strike, 4 range. He's annoying. He's
Yeah.
pretty good.
4 damage from a sidestep range combat expert is just mean.
Oh, and he's autonomous. He's autonomous.
And then remind me, what were the 2 secret identities he could turn into?
Toxin and Venom.
And how did we feel about Toxin and Venom? Because he can also turn into the Prime, remember?
Yes. Oh, though all his options, all his secret identity options are incredible. If you're Toxin, you get that full leap climb. If you're Venom, you got a 9 charge super strength with toughness. And then the Prime Venom, he's just a full charge 11 blades.
You're
So,
probably not doing that. Like, if you're playing the
yeah,
Prime Venom, but
I was going to say, honestly, if you got, there's all his options are great. All his options are so good, you may just even play them flat out. So it makes Eddie Brock just options, options, options. I honestly strong 3, maybe. No, I'll say out a strong 3. I'm just gonna go with that.
yeah, I don't know. Because I think this guy has a 40-point dial for 35 points, and he's autonomous. And if you kill him, he turns into Venom. Like, I might go for 4. If you pull a Venom, he is a 4.
Yeah, honestly, it's really it comes down to if you're gonna decide to keep those options as secret identities or just run those options, and that's where it could get a little convoluted because they're just all great options.
Yeah.
So enjoy your options if you get an Eddie Brock with anyone else.
He's really good, yeah. 60
Yep.
points for 7 clicks with a stop click. And 3 of those clicks are Venom or Toxin.
Yep, it's great.
I get Peter Parker.
You do.
So here's the thing. If you pull that Spider-Man, you're basically always going to be playing it on the sideline for Peter Parker. Because Peter Parker's 35 points, autonomous, turns into Spider-Man, has 2 clicks of prob, starting off his dial.
Yep.
Super good. Now, the secret best thing about Peter Parker is that he has an 11 attack and the Spider-Man family team ability. So he is oftentimes going to be copying the Sinister Syndicate team ability and handing out his 11 attacks for 35 points. I did that more often than I thought I would, and it came in handy like a ton of times over the 6 or 7 games we played. Also, when he gets pushed off that probability control, he's going to outwit and 18 defend. Like he's just so good.
With the sidestep. Sidestep with defend is just juicy.
And then on top of that, if he turns into the common Spider-Man, he keeps the 18 defend, and he also gets a perplex randomly. So just at some point for the 60 points, you're getting all 3 good support powers.
Oh yeah, hey. I was just in love with him because of his super senses prob. Like that's just great. Like I don't know how many figures that come with flat out prob in this set.
Not many.
But that's what makes his value worth it in this sealed. But you're right. Throughout that whole dial, especially if you have that Spider-Man, you get access to all 3 of the good support powers.
So I think he might be a 5 actually.
Well, I don't remember a time I ever passed him up.
Yeah, prob is too good.
No, he's a 5 out of 5, especially if you pull his common Spider-Man counterpart. And yeah. He's the Peter Parker. He's there to help everyone. What a hero of a piece.
The only reason he wouldn't be a 5 out of 5 is because he's shit compared to Mary Jane Watson.
What a power couple.
Yeah, my God.
So yeah, I'm fine 5 out of 5 with Peter Parker. He's not gonna win like Mary Jane Watson, but he's gonna help like no one else.
Yeah. Another thing, going back to Eddie Brock for 1 second. When I said he was 60 points for those, I just mean he's giving your opponent 60 points because he only costs you 35 for 7 clicks of life.
Oh yes, you were putting his points with that secret identity trait. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Doesn't cost you anything to use it. Just gives up points, right?
Right. Aaron Davis, that's me, or is it Davies?
Who knows?
Aaron Prowler. He is a 30-point stealth figure with toughness on top and perplex. His only trait's the secret identity, who's going to turn into Iron Spider or Prowler. God,
Only the uncommon.
the uncommon Prowler?
Yeah.
Whoa, why is that?
I don't know. Maybe they're different characters. I'm unfamiliar with Prowler.
I thought you just had to turn into anyone who has that name. I'm pretty sure you could turn back it. Oh, it's because the other Prowler doesn't have Click 9.
No, and it is a different character. It says it's Hobby Brown or something.
Oh, no kidding. Okay. Okay. Well, Aaron Davis, 30 points, perplex, stealth, underworld. Have fun.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. 3 out of 5.
If you're not paying attention, you knock him to click 4. He gets sidestep, steal energy, 11 attack, exploit weakness, and he's just stupid.
Yeah, I don't think I ever really went after him if I ever played this guy, which is weird. I never actually saw those clicks. I must have just killed him right off the bat, or you know what, probably just lost. Let's be real.
He's good.
Yeah, 3 out of 5. Have fun.
Yeah. So now
Okay,
we're in the
odd
uncommons.
commons now.
Starting off with Miles Morales, Spider-Man. So Miles can start with the Dimensional Watch, which is a piece of equipment that comes with a rare, so you're not playing with it. Sorry, Miles. Basically, he has a special movement power that gives him plasticity, sidestep, and stealth, which is great. So he can move around, he can hide, he can just sidestep around. Great. He has a special attack power, gives him precision strike, and whenever he moves less than 5 squares or less, he then uses incapacitate, targeting every character within 4 of him.
Oh.
And then he's Outwit. Like, I don't know. It's hard to pass up this guy, honestly.
I did once though, and I'm trying to remember why. Oh no, I passed him up in the draft part. That's what happened. Yeah, that's right. So just to clarify, when people look at this card and all that, he has improved movement, elevated, and then no hindering. So people be like, "What?" Don't forget, he has the Ultimates team ability. So he's seeing and moving through hindering. So just remember that he is basically moving like a Spider-Man should.
Yeah.
Honestly, he's great though. 65 points. How many people did you say I get to target with incap after I move 5 squares?
How many can you see within 4 of you?
That's it, isn't it? If you could see through the hindering, if you look at any characters, that's a lot of incap.
And 65 points.
And well, here's another thing too is it's not a free, so it has to be after the move action, which means you're not going to get to use the outwit first.
No.
So, but keep that in mind. You're getting an 18 super senses with an outwit at top dial. So, honestly, I can't really say because I never played him. But when I look at this dial for all it does, especially that in cap, I'm going like, whoa, what? 4 out of 5 in my head. I think the knockback is he doesn't have Indomitable.
No, he does not.
No. So you're
He
doing
does
it
so
maybe
much.
once or twice. So very strong 3 out of 5 for me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's a 4. I look at that dial, I'm like, how is that not a 4? But like, yeah, I think you might be right.
It's the rest of the set. It's the rest of the set. Imagine this guy in the Fantastic Four set.
Even that was a good set too, though.
Yeah, true. Actually, imagine that guy in the JLU set.
Yeah. Oh, the best character in the set.
Okay, so Demo Goblin. Is it my turn? Is it your turn?
It's your turn.
Well, in my opinion, the better of the goblins. This guy's really fun. He does come with the trait kind of like Miles there, where you could get an equipment, but the guy who comes with the equipment, the rare, you're not taking it away from him to put on this guy. Maybe actually you would. Anywho, he's a 60
I don't
point.
think so.
No? Okay. He's a 60 point flying running shotter, 10 speed with an 11 attack, special attack. Precision strike, period. Free, choose one. Basically, you get to choose what you want to look through. Hindering, elevated, blocking, and characters. Is that the last one?
Yeah.
Yep. And you just choose that. That is so fun. He comes with 17 energy shield, top dial, and 3 shape change. So he has a nice way to stay healthy up from far away. 6 range, 19's defense with a shape change. He's great. I think it's all because of that choosing what you're looking through, and that is game changing. I'm going to look over a ledge. I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to shoot you through a wall. It's great. 60 points flying. You can't go wrong.
Yeah, I mean, seeing through hindering is great. Seeing through characters, even better. Seeing through blocking, even better. And then seeing through elevated on the right maps can just be busted.
It can, especially when you go that one space back from the ledge. Because then if you're shooting other shooters, they have to get on that ledge, which means now they can't shoot.
Yeah, it's the choices are good. His dial maybe isn't worth 60 points. Like he's only an okay attacker, but in this set you're gonna have like 5 figures on your team. So him starting out by blowing up some blocking, following up with a character through that square, it's good.
Yeah, the precision strike really helps too on that attack. He's going through reducers too.
And 11 is not bad at all.
Oh, dude. It's so weird. Actually, I don't know. I don't think Demo Goblin actually was part of the Sinister Syndicate. No, I don't think he was. No, he wasn't. Never mind. Okay, I see why he doesn't have the team ability. Anywho, I'm giving him a strong 3 out of 5. You're having fun with this guy.
I'm giving him a 4. I think that this is one of the better ranged attackers in the set, and the ability to see through anything is too good. And especially if you knock him off of it, he gets prob.
Yeah, I never saw. Honestly, you're actually probably right on that because I never saw his late dial. Because I went after him, I made sure I'm killing him in one turn because he was sick. That's right. He was. Ooh, he was not fun. You're right. You know what? Give it a 4 out of 5. You've convinced me.
Okay, Prowler. This is the one that Aaron Davis or Davies, depending on what we realize,
Aaron
can turn
Prowler.
into. So 40 points, 5 clicks. That's usually pretty good. He has everyone's favorite ability to be able to like teleport between hindering within 4 squares of each other, as long as he has line of sight between those 2 squares. And he has sidestep and stealth. Like he can move 6 squares for free in one turn. Awesome. He has Quake. When he uses it and hits, he gives one of the hit characters an action token. Awesome. His exploit weakness. Awesome. 2 damage. Not great. There's just something about this dial, and it just makes him bad. He's just not good. I wish he was good. I think he looks so cool. But turns out like sidestep and the teleportation often isn't enough to actually get you in there. And 2 damage with his 4 range isn't enough to do anything. I don't know why, but every time I've seen him played, he just doesn't do anything. And he should be great for 40 points, but he's not.
Well, especially with Indom. 5 clicks, Indom, 40 points. Holy crap. I think it's all about his opening damage. If that was a 3, if you could sidestep and then do that little phasey thing with hindering for 3 exploit for this many points, you would, if you were against that, you would look at it and want to kill this guy fast.
I mean, it would be better for sure, but even then, there's just something about him that I am not liking.
Truth be told, I like him because he's a martial artist. It's one of those things where, like, in this set, 40 points can get you some very crazy figures. Mary Jane, Eddie Brock, Spot Peter Parker. I think that's what it is.
I think this guy's a 2 for me.
Yeah, I'll give it a 2. If you find a way to line up some sweet quaking and action tokening, amazing. But yeah, 2. There's just so much good in this set, sadly. I get American Sun.
Oh, yeah, American Sun. Damn, I'm just skipping everyone.
Who were you at? Were you at Steel Serpent?
No, Deathlock. Ugh.
Whoa! Where were you at? Okay, you're just one off. Never mind. American Sun. This is Harry Osborn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. 65 points. You get a flying running shotter with 10 speed and 10 attack energy explosion with 2 targets. That's really fun. Indomitable, special defense, energy shield deflection, and vulnerability. I think the real fun in this guy is his trait. The first time American Sun would K an opposing character of 25 points or more, basically everyone except the best figure in the set, you may instead turn them to their last non-KO click. If you do, this game, American Sun can use Perplex and modifies his combat values +1. If you don't, after resolutions, deal American Sun 1 unavoidable damage, and this game he can use Outwit and deals penetrating damage. What option do you take, Stuart?
I'm leaving that character alive and getting +1 to everything in Perplex. But both
is it a bad option to take the other one?
No.
Exactly. So that is just, it's so fun. Both are great options depending on where you are in the game. It could change for you. Because it's a trait, it's always an option no matter how late in the game you are. He's a fun figure. I pulled him. I think I played him. You look at that trait, you're just like, oh, I'm gonna go haywire, especially with Indom. Especially with Indom.
I have a question for you.
Shoot.
How many games did you play where you had less than 2 perplexes?
Oh, not many.
I'm not sure any.
Yeah, hey.
So this guy, even though his dial is actually a little bit low for 65 points, you're having at least one perplex on almost every team, and so more often than not two. So he's like an 11-4. He can kill a majority of the set with one shot, and as soon as he does, he becomes like an 80-point worth of value, right?
Yeah, true, actually. That actually adds to his value that there's always already going to be perplexed to help this guy out.
And then he
Especially
gets
just one
it.
attack. You make that an 11 attack off the top, he's a fun 65 points.
You need an outwit to get through him too.
Yeah, true. And I think an interesting point about this is because of that trait, you gotta like kind of go KO someone. You're always gonna be in the back of your mind, he's not the first that guy to attack. He's always gonna want to line, get that second shot to get the kill to use this. Honestly, don't let that hold you back. Just go attack with this guy.
I'm not even sure that's true in this set. There's so much you can KO in one attack with a couple of perplexes.
He's a tricky one.
2 perplexes damage, and he's taking down Deathlock, right? No, he'd need 3 perplexes to damage.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I mean. It's tricky. It's tricky.
But like,
Honestly, you're gonna have fun with him. I give him a 3 out of 5. There's nothing wrong with the guy.
yeah, I almost lean towards almost a 4. I don't think he's a 4, but like he's on the high end of 3. For 65 points, he can end games.
Oh, as soon as you get that trade off once, oh my god, you said it. He's an 80-point figure. Yeah.
Okay, Deathlock.
I want other figures like this where it's just everything's a great option. Oh, I love it. Okay, let's go to Deathlock.
So Deathlock is the opposite of that. So don't don't be
Yeah.
happy about it. So Deathlock has a really good dial for 60 points, running shot with 10 movement, 11 attack with 6 range, and penetrating psychic blast and 4 damage. Top dial. The only thing a little letdown is he has 18 energy shield, and then randomly he turns into invincible for 3 clicks. You want to start with the reducers. You don't want to end with the reducers. So like, great values. He's a team player. All of this stuff is great. Oh, then he has a trait. He has leadership.
Yay.
Great, 60 points leadership. Until he succeeds with it 3 times, he only does 1 damage with all of his attacks.
Oh, but he must only take 1 damage like those other robots.
Oh yeah. No, he does not do that at all.
What?
He's just useless. Don't play this figure. He's a 1. If I could give him a 0, he might be the worst figure in the set.
Yeah, honestly, it's that trait. It's stupid. So I don't think many leadership's great now, right? Because it's an instant extra action.
Yes.
I think people forget how shit this power was before that change. Because you don't hit leadership all that much, really.
No,
so now
1 and
here
3.
you are, a figure to remind you of that. Ooh, I only need 3? Yeah, that's right. I only need 3 leaderships. Well, good luck having 3 turns where you hit your leadership in this 45-minute game.
Like, how many turns do you usually get in a game of Sealed?
Oh, if it's against you, we both get like 7 or 8. Like
yeah,
we just,
that's true.
if the game's not like fully over by then, yeah, we have our little agreement. If you don't know what you're doing, pass.
Now
there's no honestly other games. I could get the 4. I could get the 5.
Yeah, 4 or 5. I would say is maybe like 6. We'll say is max. 5 is average. Let's say.
Okay.
Depending on who you're playing, there's some slow players.
Yeah.
So if you're playing 5 turns, you have to succeed in the first 3 turns.
He's dead by then. He's dead by then.
No, he's not. No one cares. You succeed.
I care. I'm gonna care to go get easy 60 points.
Well, imagine this. He has like 240 points. You're like scared of. And you got the 60-point figure. He succeeds turn 1. You go, okay, he's still got 2 more turns. Fails turn 2. Okay, succeeds turn 3. Now you kill him.
Oh wait, there's 10 minutes left in the game. Okay, I'm gonna go get 60 points.
Yeah. And it's not even hard to. He's an energy shield.
Yeah.
Bad character.
He's awful. Don't play him. Okay, I get Steel Serpent. Oh, and I actually played this guy too. So 60 points with a Hydra team ability. And again, with all the Spider Man team ability, they'll come in handy. He has a 9 movement charge with 11 Quake, 18 Super Senses in Dom, and a 3 special damage that says Empower Leadership. So he is what? He's the resculpt of Iron Fist. So when once per turn, when an adjacent friendly character is damaged by an opponent's attack, give Steel Serpent a chi token. Free. Remove any number of chi tokens to make that many attacks against different targets. Maximum damage 3. Honestly, because even though I played him, it's just I needed the leadership. I think that's why I played him. I needed the leadership, and I needed a close attacker because I didn't manage to pull a Venom, a Toxin, all those other fun close attackers. He's not bad though. You get him in there, he's fun. It's the chi trait that again, for it to have to be useful, someone besides you has to get hurt.
I guess here's the thing though. You remove the trait from Iron Fist and he's terrible.
Yeah.
You remove the chi trait from him and he's still a good 60 points.
Well, it's because his trait kind of sucks to have to use it. That's why.
Yeah, but it's just a nice bonus, right?
Let's talk about the real strength of this guy. He ignores characters for movement.
That's great.
In a set with so much plasticity, it's amazing. It does make him worth his 60 points.
He's also got leadership, empower, and the Hydra team ability. So sometimes you do want him adjacent to your characters, though.
Oh, I get it. Honestly, 3 out of 5. Like it's in this set that's nothing like amazing, but he'll fill his role. He'll do good.
You're right. He's not amazing, but for some reason, every time I've used him, he's done well for me.
It's the improved movement, my friend. It's game breaking, or not game breaking. It's game changing in this set.
Agreed.
He's so mobile.
And then I think Super Senses with an 18 defense, 11 attack, and Quake are better than a lot of things that a lot of other characters have. And then leadership and empower, like I don't know, he just does well.
He does. He finds a way to count, man.
Hammerhead.
Ooh.
So Hammerhead's coming in at 70 points or 30 points. And he gets 3 extra clicks at 70, which are invulnerability, leadership, and a special power that gives him range of 5 and 2 targets. Don't play those clicks. They're bad. Play him at 30 points. 30 points. He runs through blocking terrain. He has traded charge. He has sidestep. And whenever he's adjacent to a Sinister Syndicate character, they also get ignores blocking for movement.
He's good. So
don't play
how do you want to tackle this? How do you want to tackle this? Because he's so good for his friends, or just he's flat out an amazing 30-point beat 'em up figure?
I mean, either, right? Here's the thing though. I don't think he's 3 out of 5 though.
You don't think he's 3 out of 5?
Yeah, I think he's a 2 out of 5.
Because of?
I think there's better cheap characters than him.
That's not the worst. I remember I pulled this guy and I was tearing my hair out whether to use him or not because he's a. Did you read his charge when he uses it? Yeah. He modifies damage +1 straight up. So this guy can charge with a 10 attack with a light object.
6 spaces.
Oh yeah, for 6 spaces for 30 points. And how far is freaking what's his name for 4 charge?
Oh, you mean Tombstone?
Oh, 75 points. And this guy's half him, and he's so much more mobile and so much more dangerous up close.
Here's 2 things that I don't like about him. Number 1, I would rather play Flash Thompson or Eddie Brock.
Yeah.
5 points more. Number 2, he doesn't ignore hindering for movement. Every other character does. And there are 2 characters in the set that generate free smoke cloud.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Is he bad though? No. You're not unhappy having this guy on your team. He's charging for like 4 damage, and then he's close combat expert, so he's hitting you for 11-4 after that.
Honestly, it's the set. It's just got so much good low point figures. Can you imagine if they made this guy autonomous? That'd just be a fun little thing for your Sinister Syndicate team.
Absolutely. Imagine if he had a secret identity you could turn into.
Oh my god, right? Just an amazing close attacker. But two, 3 out of 5. Your choice, depending on what you all pull. I could see it not counting because there's a lot of other good things to pull.
Yeah, he's good.
Okay, I get the 60-point bombshell. Yet another Sinister Six. I love these shared traits and how they're all different. It was the Frightful Four that was really fun in the last set. It's the Sinister Six in this one. Adjacent friendly characters with the Sinister Syndicate modify range +2. That's fun. That's good. Got the traded Force Blast, and yes, if you got the mother-daughter duo going on, you got some Pulse Wave. Special movement, running shot. When Bombshell knocks back +1 characters after resolutions, you may move her that many squares. How much they got knocked back. Honestly, it's odd because the other Bombshell is almost the exact same dial for 20 points less. And because the other one worked so efficiently for 40, this one is just, I don't know, not as impressive. It's still fun. You still get a perplex. You still get an 11 attack. Sinister Syndicate. Honestly, though, oh man, that +2 range, the other Sinister Syndicate could be big.
You wrecked me with her too.
Oh, it's that. I don't even know how you describe it. You don't even know how you describe it. She just works.
Like 11-3. Like she shouldn't. She's so easy to hit. 17 willpower. But
5 damage is gonna mess her up. There's goes 60 points.
but there's so many good secondary attackers in the set that you can run 3 of them and they never target her first because she's not as good. She's not quite as good as like 75-point Deathlock that they really want to get rid of your Outwit or your Prob. So instead, you have an 11-3 with a Perplex that can put it up to a 4 or give it to someone else. And then Force Blast, Energy Explosion is a great combination.
Yeah, it really is. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I learned that in our game. I lost a lot of people because of knockback.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Do you think that's what makes these ones work? Is just they just don't have a big target on their backs compared to everyone else in this set?
I think that's part of it, but I just think that they come in at the right point cost, and then there's enough support around them that they can be a good like ranged attacker, then perplex someone else at the same time, and make them a good ranged attacker too.
Yeah, the bombshells, man, probably like just the most under the radar figures in this set. They work, they work, they work. You look at the dial and you're just okay. It shouldn't, but it does.
And if you get up close to her, she's just gonna force blast you away.
Ugh. Strong 3.
Yeah, I really like her. And the thing about her movement power is that if she force blasts and knocks someone away, she actually gets to move that many squares away as well.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even think of that part. I just think of the knockback and the damage and the energy explosion, and that's just the cherry on top. Oh, now I get to move away.
The other thing is that her last 2 clicks are better than the commons.
Oh yes, that's right. One more click more though, right?
Yeah, she gets an extra click with an 11 attack.
Yeah.
But she
Oh,
gets
that
ranged combat expert at the end, and her daughter gets in power or enhancement. Enhancement.
Yeah, you are paying for a longer, more offensive dial. That's why it's 20 points more. Okay.
Okay, Norman Osborn. Norman Osborn's 40 points for Secret Identity. He has Outwit and Leadership, and characters within 4 of him can't use Mastermind. And he's like one of 2 characters in the set that uses Mastermind, so it's not super impressive.
No.
He is not worth 40 points. I just want to put that out there. He has what's it called where it doesn't cost actions. We've autonomous. He's autonomous. And autonomous Outwit is great. Leadership, great. 40 points for a guy who can't do any attacks is not great. You're never going to mastermind. You don't care about keeping him alive. Then here's the thing that bothers me more than anything. He can turn into Green Goblin, Iron Patriot, or Red Goblin. 2 rares and a super rare. I just want to do a quick look at this because Green Goblin, he's fine. Precision Strike, Energy Explosion, Outwit, excellent. No one would complain about turning into him. You're not going to because you're going to play Green Goblin if you pull him, but
yeah,
whatever. You turn into Iron Patriot. He has like a 10 movement, 10 attack with like a cool leadership perplex. It's fine. It's not as good as a lot of the other ones, Then let's see what he does when he turns into the super rare, the Red Goblin. He has an 8 movement charge with a 10 attack, super strength, and 2 damage. What the hell? Why are you playing this super rare? It sucks. Don't play like I don't know why they made such a bad super rare on this guy. Like we'll get to that when we get there, but just so annoying because he's not even good for secret identities. He doesn't bring in anyone good beyond maybe Iron Patriot. I give this guy a 2. I don't want to discuss it. I just don't like him.
Okay. I will say he comes with a litany of keywords, so that's fun.
Yeah, so you can hand out his damage to everyone else and keep this waste of space alive.
Oh my god. Oh, you could just say it's because he's a bad guy and you hate him in the comics. You know,
I love
Norman Osborn. Bias on this channel.
Look at what keyword he has. He has my favorite keyword.
So why do you hate him? He's a Thunderbolt.
He sucks.
He's an autonomous outfitter.
He's so bad.
I tell you what makes me think he's less is he's got a 7 movement stealth, and so you're gonna go hide him in a bush. So then when you want to go move him nice and big to get to that outlet, well, now I can't move far. And so now I have an outlet I have a very big trouble positioning around. That's pretty annoying.
Why don't you just put him beside your best character and mastermind to him instead?
Honestly, I think I had him and someone hit him and I had the choice and I was like, you know what? I want the perplex.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. If you're hitting for 3, yeah, you go to perplex and mind control. Actually, I think I did that too, but
yep,
he's just not good enough.
He did work.
I don't understand why he's 40 and Flash Thompson is 35.
Oh, wait, I don't know. I just know I needed the leadership, and I would prefer his leadership over the Serpents. I don't know. I liked it. He did work for me. It worked for me.
What are you going to give him?
Honestly, it doesn't matter. 2, 3. Depends on what else you pull, really. He is very one of those you'll look at it last.
Yeah.
And that's how I'm going to go. I'm going to go with Gwen Stacy. How about we go? I'll choose Gwen Stacy. Gwen Stacy, a 25 autonomous figure for 4 clicks of life. She starts with a 9 charge. What is that about?
Pause for a second. Did you say 25?
It says that on HC Realms. Am I wrong?
How much was Norman?
40.
Stupid.
They're different people, Stuart.
Yeah, one's terrible.
Oh, I think in the comics, didn't they hook up?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going there.
Not this Gwen Stacy, though, because this is the one that became the Ghost Spider, right?
That's right. Okay, so Gwen Stacy has secret identity Ghost Spider, so you could turn into Ghost Spider after. I'd actually have to look at that dial. Can you actually look that up while I describe the rest of her?
Will do.
So 9 charge with 10 attack. You could bring an object with you if you want. I don't think you want to. With 17 super senses and 2 exploit weakness. Honestly, that is not why you're putting her on your team. It is her other trait. Opposing characters within 4 squares can't use super senses. Within 4, you don't have to see them. You could be over here in a bush, over here behind a wall. If you're within 4, you're basically turning half this set into not having a defensive power. That is why you're playing this figure. I did it. It was amazing. It makes people worry. It makes people look at her instead of your big attackers coming. I loved it. I loved her.
Ghost Spider's good, but you're probably going to play Ghost Spider and not on the sideline.
Yeah, you're true. You're right. Honestly, though, that one trait alone to turn off super senses is so worth it. So worth it. 4 out of 5. I know there's other autonomous figures that do a lot, but this one is kind of one of the silver bullets to the defense of this set.
I think she's a 3 out of 5 for me because I don't think her dial is great.
Oh, dude, it's not there for the attacks. It's not there.
I know, for the attacks. But in terms of turning off defense powers too, I would rather turn off shape change.
Oh, so you'd rather talk about Flash?
Yeah, because I think Flash is a 5 and I think Gwen's a 3.
Take the segue. Take the segue.
Flash, sidestep, close combat expert, poison, willpower, symbiote trait, gets rid of shape change within 4. Turns into Agent Venom, turns into Agent Anti-Venom. So unlike Gwen, he can turn into an uncommon. I'm just gonna look at those 3 clicks for Agent Venom for a second. Let's see. What's that? Flurry, Blades, 11 attack, 3 damage, Battle Fury, Super Senses, Toughness, Shape Change.
That is shit.
Don't play Agent Venom on the side. If you don't play Agent Venom on your team, even though he's great, put him on the side with Flash Thompson, because you move Flash Thompson up, you turn everyone's shape change off, and you go, just attack me. I dare you. If you kill me, I will flurry all of your figures to death.
Listeners, if you're wondering why I was laughing after I said shit, you should have saw the death stare I got. Oh my god. If he could reach through a camera.
35 points for like 4 damage and poison. He's just too good. I mean, okay, without Agent Anti-Venom or Agent Venom, he's not as good. But with them, he's a 5 out of 5. Like, you must play him. And then even then, every character in the set has shape change. Just play him. It's done talking about it.
2 figures that are just silver bullets to defenses. It'd be dumb not to play either of them.
Yes.
Where are we at?
We are Jason Masondale.
Who is that?
He turns into Demogoblin, Hobgoblin, or Jack-o'-lantern.
Okay, so Demo, who I'm probably playing if I pull him. Hobgoblin, I have to look at. Jack-o'-lantern, I'd probably have to look at. So what do we have? Okay, Jason is a 25-point autonomous figure with 6 range. That's actually pretty good actually for 25 and autonomous. 7 special movement, so sidestep, stealth. So with a 6 range, he's an 8 swing with 11 attack and 1 range combat expert. What's his other trait? Opposing characters within 4 squares can't use the Mystics team ability. Ha! Screw you, Null, and no one else.
Null doesn't have Mystics.
Oh no, Doctor Strange. Thank you.
And Spirit Spider.
Oh no, yeah, Spirit Spider. I pulled that in my little brick I pulled. Whoa, this dude's a martial artist. I hope I have him.
I might have one.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if you're playing this guy. I've had probably a month. Honestly, I probably pulled him a few times and decided there was someone else better in the booster.
Yes, there are better figures than him. He's not great, but 25 points for 6 ranged, 11 attack, 3 damage is pretty good.
Yeah, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. I didn't play him though.
I have played him, and he has done work before because there's not that many reducers in the set, so he's doing pretty significant damage a lot of the time.
Did you turn him to any of the guys?
No, he never got killed. No one attacked him. No one cared about him.
Maybe that's worth it. Maybe that's nice to have.
Like, I think he's a 2. I just mean he's not a 1.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll go with the 2. Mainly because I'm looking at everything else in the booster.
Yeah.
You get Daniel.
Okay, 25 points. He has autonomous again. A lot of autonomous figures. He turns into Jack-o'-lantern and Mysterio. So probably not characters you're turning him into. Characters within 4 can't use stealth. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah. He has stealth, smoke cloud, perplex. Okay, 25-point perplex. That's autonomous and is stealthy. Gets rid of stealth. It's stupid. 5 out of 5. Just play him.
Just play him, eh? Just play him.
Is there any reason not to?
I've never pulled him.
Well, okay, that's a good reason not to play him.
I never saw him. It's just sad because you read these things and you're going, holy crap, that's amazing.
Yeah, like it's just there's no reason not to play him for 25 points.
No. Dude,
honestly,
stealth scientist keyword. Hoo-hoo.
He doesn't even need perplex. If he just had autonomous smoke cloud, 25 points, gets rid of stealth, he wouldn't be as good clearly, but you probably would play him.
Stealth's gotten big in this game now. Stealth is a very nice power to have to protect even the primary attackers, and here's a guy to get rid of it all.
Yeah, he's great.
Perfect. Oh, I get Riot. Did I? Oh, I did. I fought the Prime Riot. This is the regular Riot. 65 points. You got an 8 charge. Oh, 8 charge. 11 Quake, 18 Invulnerable with Indom, and a naked 3 damage. He's got a sneaky 3 range, so I'm guessing at the later dial that could be annoying to run into. He moves like a Spider-Man and Symbiote does, over elevated and hindering. He has the Symbiote trait, and he's got tossing weaklings aside. Super strength. Traded super strength. When Riot knocks back a character after resolutions, deal 1 damage to that character. and all opposing characters adjacent to them. Would that be adjacent when he gets knocked back or after?
After.
When Riot knocks back a character ever after resolutions. Oh, well, that could be actually pretty fun if you knock them back just and they're like, oh, I don't hit a wall or fall off because all my friends are beside me, and now all of them get hurt.
If it
That's
was
actually pretty
penetrating,
fun.
that would be pretty good.
Yes, if that's penetrating. Honestly, it's not the it's that 8 charge. It's that 8 charge.
He's just worse than Venom, right?
It is. I was gonna bring that up for the common Venom. You got so much more going for him. Oh, I did fight this guy. I killed him in 1 turn. That's right. It's that 4. It's that 4 charge. It's not that great.
No.
2 out of 5, really.
Yeah, he's not a 1. He's too good to be a 1.
He could be 50 points. That'd be fun. He could be 50 points and get away with it.
In another set, he's a 3. In this set, he's a 2.
Yeah. Anyway, going on. Prime Riot.
Prime Riot. Okay. I want to say, not to rant. God, what a terrible Prime. What are they doing with the Primes in this set? Except for Venom. Venom's great. So, I don't know. For 50, he's 50 points, and he's basically 6 clicks long, and he has a special Quake and Giant Reach 2, and when he hits with his Quake, he hands out tokens. That's cool. He has maximum Carnage trait, which we actually haven't covered, but we've had a few characters with it. And basically, when you hit with an attack, after resolutions, you deal 1 penetrating damage to up to 2 characters adjacent to the hit target. So that's cool. You can like run up, hit someone, deal 2 penetrating damage split between 2 characters. But why the hell is he a Prime?
Well, going forward into construction or constructed format, yes, you're like, why is this guy a Prime? In sealed, I am in love with this guy.
I played him in sealed, and while he's good, he's certainly not on the level of a lot of Primes that we've seen.
You're right. He's not on the same level, but in sealed, if I have a 50-point dude with 6 clicks, moving 5 with the Giant Reach 2, who can Quake, which means he's dealing out action tokens and the maximum Carnage, so he's doing even more damage. And hell, when he KOs someone, he heals. That's incredible.
What I find is that someone just running shots you with Bombshell, hits him for 3, or hits him for 4, knocks him to his sidestep close combat expert, and then he's just basically done.
I like this guy. He's not a 5 out of 5, but he's a 4 to me. If I pulled this guy, I would be like, I need to play this guy.
I think he's a 3 because I think there's other better close attackers in the uncommon and common slots that aren't even Primes.
Oh, I hit that effing charge Quake once, giving action tokens and bonus damage and maybe even knocking them back. Oh, it's just mean.
It can be.
Plus,
it's hard
I have
to line
Battle
up, though.
Fury, so screw your shape change.
That's true. That part is nice.
It is amazing.
I never found it to do very much.
Dude, let's remember when you pulled this guy. It was against me, and every time you pulled, it was chases, it was primes, it was super rares. He was, if anything, he was only undershone. He was less good than whatever else you pulled.
You mean White Rabbit? That's
yeah, right.
Yeah.
No. So for other people, when you play sealed and you pull this guy, you should be using him.
I'm not should. I think there's a lot of figures you play instead of him. I think he's good though. Like, I don't know. I don't think he's a 4. Like, there's definitely characters I'd rather play than him.
No, if I pulled this, I knew who my close attacker was easily, and that's all I'm going off of. Because if you're pulling a prime, like you're not pulling maybe a chase. I don't know. Did we see what kind of chase prime in the same booster in the distributions?
No, you can't get that.
Okay, that's why you pull this prime when you're a booster. He's probably the best close attacker in that booster.
Not in my case though, because I pulled him in Spot.
Oh well, ooh, Spot. That's really nice too. So one time you would pass him up. So
there's so many rares I would take instead of him though.
5 - 1 is what?
I would take Green Goblin over him. I would
Okay,
take
we gotta
Splat.
move on. You go ahead. I would gladly run that guy and have
One
another game against
question for
him.
you though.
What's up?
One question: Riot or Shriek?
So common prime or a shriek?
Yeah.
I use shriek really well though. Let's see. Let's just imagine if they were fighting each other. Shriek comes in, does a nice pulse wave. Damn, that sucks.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, but I'm also gonna give Shriek a 4 out of 5.
yeah. Well, you have to give Shriek
I'm
more
also
than
gonna
that.
give Shriek maybe a 5 out of 5.
That's what I mean. Is I think there's actually quite a few rares you take over him if they're in the same booster.
Ooh, you know what? We do the rare, super rare. I think I could combat that because I think there's a lot of rares you just go ugh when you
That's
pull.
true. Either way, I'm
Yeah,
giving him a 3.
exactly.
You're giving him a 4.
I
Let's talk
am.
about Agent Venom. So, as I said before, Agent Venom is a amazing secret identity call-in. Stupid good. And as a regular figure, he's 65 points for 2 clicks of stealth with ranged combat expert, and then 3 clicks of running shot with penetrating psychic blast, and a special damage power or defense power that super senses toughness. He's a symbiote, so he has plasticity shape change, but he's kind of a cool symbiote because he has a ranged attack and he's really focused on range.
Yeah.
You might think, why would you want stealth ranged combat expert on a figure that's so expensive? Like he's not moving, but he actually has a trait that at the beginning of your turn you roll a die and you move him half that value. So every turn he's moving 1, 2, or 3 spaces, and with plasticity he's not getting tied up. And then he can also just shoot out of adjacency. So even if someone comes and ties him up, he's just gonna clobber him with a 12 attack or a 5 damage.
Honestly, that trait or that improved targeting just makes this guy so hard to fight. Oh, I fought him. He was the worst.
Yeah, he puts himself in stealth with an 18 defense, reduces 2 damage, and rolls a shape change. Like,
I like the dial design. It very much feels like one of those like hiding in a bush sniper dudes, and then when he's identified and hit, he is moving around and just bopping you.
yeah. Click
I,
3 is so mean.
he's great. He's great. I don't even know where to put this guy. I just know if you pull him, don't poo poo on him when you see that 8 stealth talk click. He's incredible. It works so well.
I give him a 4 because I'm playing him if I pull him.
I never got to pull him. Oh, if I pulled this guy, I'd be so happy. Oh,
So
10
4?
3 range combat expert, and you're basically moving. You're basically moving. The guy I fought, was it Bryce? He had him. He failed that free movement. He literally rolled a 1, and that changed the game.
He's just good. He's hard to deal with.
Yeah, he's just fun. If you're a big Agent Venom fan from the comics, oh, this is perfect for you.
I mean, but you have so many options now because there's the super rare in the previous set, right?
You're right. This one is so fun though. Oh,
I
if they
like.
made a Nightcrawler like this potent, like I know it's not meta, but oh, I'd just be happy. I'd be so happy.
Here's the disappointing thing: no Thunderbolts keyword.
Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry. Oh
Uh, if I
no.
if I had him in my Thunderbolts, I'd be so much happier.
Oh, that
Anyways,
that hurts. Okay, so 4 out of 5.
Venom.
I can totally agree to that. He's great.
Yeah, She
Okay.
Venom is 60 points for 3 clicks of running shot, 3 clicks of sidestep, and precision strike top dial. Has 5 range, 2 targets, has 3 damage. It has the plasticity shape change, and then an amazing trait where whenever she hits with an attack, she makes hit characters have immobile,
Oh yeah,
which
it's
is
just the hits. Doesn't even have to be ranged. Well, you'll probably think ranged because that's what she starts with.
yeah. She doesn't have incapacitate top dial, which I kind of would rather, so she can hit 2 characters. She only gives one of her hit characters immobile. So what you can do is you can dual target 2 characters, give one of the characters 3 damage, and the other character immobile.
Oh, that would be fun. I never even thought of that.
And like she's kind of like the definition of a 3 out of 5 for me. Like just solid 6 clicks, kind of hard to deal with. 2 clicks
Yeah,
to
especially when
perplex
you
in the
do it
middle.
that way. Especially when you do it that way. You're dealing someone 3 and then the other person can't move.
Yeah, especially if it's like Riot and then he's just stuck there for a turn.
You're not changing my mind. He's a 4 out of 5.
We'll wait and see after you play with him.
Yeah, right. Well, then come out and hit her, and she can't use her shape change. Oh,
He can't move. He's immobile.
you didn't hit him though. He's got shape change.
I don't think I have shape. I'll hit him. He won't roll.
Okay, Molten Man. Oh, this one was like, I remember when I saw this, I didn't know how to feel. But let's
So
go
cool.
through it. Let's go through the mental journey. So he's 75 points. That's big in these days. That's a primary attacker. Point wise, he's got 8 plasticity. Ooh, where's this going? Only 10 attack, special attack, poison, super strength. When Molten Man uses poison, he deals penetrating damage and may treat characters adjacent to his blocking terrain markers as if they were adjacent. Well, shoot, how do I get those blocking terrains? Well, just
Please be
trade.
barrier. Please be
Yes.
barrier.
Yeah, please be barrier. Okay, so let's read this. Once per turn, when Molten Man makes a ranged attack, after resolutions, you may generate a blocking terrain marker adjacent to a target. At the beginning of your turn, replace that blocking terrain with a hindering terrain marker that remains indefinitely. So you have to make a ranged attack. Thankfully, you don't have to hit, right? So I could just do this turn after turn after turn. He doesn't have Indomitable. He is an 18 special defense. Molten Man takes maximum of 1 damage from attacks and can't be chosen for Mastermind, Protected, Outwit, Pulse Wave. Okay, so he only takes 1 damage. Oh, that's not bad. And then he has a splattering of Outwit, Perplex, Outwit, Perplex. I don't know. It's just a struggle bus of a character, I think.
It's so cool.
It's so cool. It's just, I
Match.
passed on him so many times, Stuart.
He's a 1. I wish he was a 5. He's so close. But he's a 1. Because you have, first of all, if you want that penetrating poison, you have to make attacks. He has a 5 range. He has no mobility. He can't move and then attack because he has no willpower. And you want to use all 3 of his clicks of taking 1 damage. You don't want to waste one because he wanted to attack after moving.
So it's the cost efficiency of this person. It's just so bad that he basically becomes a support character. So now, Stuart, do you want to spend 75 points on just a support character?
No, I didn't want to spend 40 on Norman.
Exactly. So now you're paying nearly double that for the outwit.
And here's the thing, it's so easy to knock him off the outwit. You could poison him. You could just hit him. And is this a set with a lot of small characters that can take actions without counting towards your action total?
Yeah, and there's one that like spits out people that just keeps incapping.
Yeah, he really doesn't like that.
Oh, so yeah, he's awful. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone play him. I passed on him so much. You see this big orange figure in your booster, you just don't look at it.
So disappointing. He's so cool though.
I know. It's he's got these effects you want to use, but then you realize just how awful it works. Dude, he comes with super strength on those like on that special attack. When are you using that?
Never, like literally never.
Right? Because you want to shoot to get these barrier things out so I could get penetrating poison. So why the hell do I have super strength?
I, I couldn't tell you. There's no good reason for it.
This dude, you could literally keep all these powers and make him 50 points, and you'd still be like, hi, yeah.
And this set especially, yeah.
Yeah. So sadly, 1 out of 5. This is probably the worst figure in the set.
No.
No, you got
better
other
than
ones.
Deathlock.
Oh, if you're gonna make me do that again, which 2 figures would you want to play? I don't want to play. I don't want to play this game. If you're making me choose these 2 figures.
At least I'm having fun with this figure. Deathlock, I'm just rolling leadership and failing and just getting mad.
Okay, there. I'll give you that. He's still a 1.
Oh yeah, he sucks, but
I think though that ends our common and uncommon review.
it does. Imagine him though with the ring that generates barriers for free.
Ooh.
And we're doing some damage.
Well, then you're
Still
having
too
a lot of
expensive.
fun. Now you're having a lot of fun.
Not that much fun because he still sucks, but I would be having some fun.
You know what? I got an idea. These commons and uncommons, there's comes a lot of autonomous, and that's kind of a new wrinkle on the Heroclix. And I like wrinkles in sealed. Don't we have our own little cube going on?
We do. We're making our Clix are sealed cube, and we've inducted I think 6 figures right now.
I don't know them off heart, but I know none of them have autonomous, and I would kind of like to add maybe at least one autonomous person to this cube.
So who are you gonna add? Who's your next addition?
Well, I want to say Mary Jane Watson.
Excellent.
You're okay with that? Because honestly, it's just it's too true to our cube where every piece should be one of these. Oh, I would like to play this. I would like to play this. Here we go. It fills that quota. It's autonomous. It fills my own little personal quota here. I think that'd just be a fun person to induct into our cube.
She's cheap and she's effective.
She's part of the cube. Get
Absolutely.
on the bench, my friend. You're in the game.
I am going to add. So I guess here's the thing: would we add in the same booster as her one of her special secret identity characters as well?
Oh, you know what? I'd want to. Like if it's
Let's do that.
yeah, because that just make her that much funner. It makes that piece that much more valuable too.
I am going to add the Prime Riot because I just think he's so much fun. No.
Oh my god, your eye rolls. Don't get a concussion now.
I'm gonna add the Prime Venom.
Okay, so not her secret
awesome.
identity, but man, you're right. That's a mean piece to put in a cube.
I think free damage is always good, and it's not so powerful that it's gonna break anything, right?
No, because it's balanced. It's your friendlies too.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, it's no shredder. You know, I like that. That's a great idea because if you manage to have her, I would love to have him to literally just run up beside her and start slowly chipping away, or even kill your paparazzis.
Yeah. So I mean, what a waste of time killing paparazzi.
I know, but what a world that they get to exist in this game now.
Okay. Anything else, Dennis?
No, I think that's everything, Stuart. I hope you all enjoyed our review of the commons and uncommons of the Spider-Man and Venom Absolute Carnage set.
Yeah.
Tune in next time for our rares and super rares where we get a little split the Harrys because you really only get 2 of those figures per sealed event.
And if one of the figures in the booster is Mary Jane, are you taking a rare? Maybe
Ooh.
not.
Tune in next time to hear that answer.